Hello everyone, I'm Congressman Ed Markey. I'm from Malden. I'm sorry that I could not be with you on campus today, but it is an honor for me to address you at this important convening. I am a proud double eagle. I graduated from Boston College in 1968 and from the law school in 1972. Today's event only reinforces the pride which I have in Boston College. You, my fellow Eagles, are working to end the spread of nuclear weapons across our planet. You are working towards the day that, that we can say that we had ended the nuclear arms race completely. I want to thank Andy Hu, President of the BC Student Chapter of Global Zero, for helping to organize today's discussion. And thanks to Professor Charles Derber for moderating the panel. I also want to recognize today's panelists, Joe Cirincione, my great friend for life, President of Plowshares, and he's been my partner in our ongoing campaign to rid the world of nuclear weapons. Bruce Blair of Global Zero, he and I have known each other for years. We just met again last week in my office, plotting and planning as to how we can best approach the politics of the next year in reducing the threat of nuclear war. And Professor Aaron Bernstein from MIT. By being here today, you are calling attention to the critical issues of global nuclear nonproliferation and nuclear disarmament. Your commitments to this cause give me hope for the future. 25 years ago, Ronald Reagan and Mikhail Gorbachev met in Reykjavik to discuss how to rid the world of nuclear weapons. Today, we continue the unfinished work of that landmark summit. A quarter of a century later, our values remain the same. We want our loved ones to be safe. We want our families to live in a peaceful world without fear. We want you, tomorrow's decision makers and leaders, to recognize the promise of a world free from nuclear weapons. We have made progress over the decades thanks in large part to your determination and the determination of people like you. President Obama has outlined a clear vision for a world free from nuclear weapons and has taken practical steps to achieve this dream. The passage of the New START Treaty was a substantial step forward. It sent a clear signal that the United States is serious about meeting its disarmament obligations and that we will lead the way in an effort to reduce the global stockpile of nuclear weapons. But there is still much, much more to be done. We must push for the ratification of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. We must maintain the U.S. commitment to its nuclear testing moratorium. We must speak out against the development of new weapons and new weapons programs. With governments around the world struggling to pay their debts and cutting critical health and social poverty programs, the decision to spend more money on redundant nuclear weapons simply does not make any sense. That's why here in Washington, I recently launched a new campaign to reduce America's nuclear weapons budget. America is the financial caretaker for 5,000 radioactive relics. 20 years after the Berlin Wall fell, the U.S. still spends about $50 billion every year on nuclear weapons. $50 billion, that is the epitome of overkill. Meanwhile, Americans face another type of security threat at home. Millions of seniors worry about an end to health care and retirement programs. Millions of students, some just like all of you, need help in paying for college. Millions, particularly those in New England, cannot pay for heating oil to keep their homes warm during this winter. And climate change continues to ravage our land, leading to historic extreme weather, death, and economic devastation. 47 million Americans live in poverty, and that's a family of four for $22,000 a year. We cannot turn our backs on the real threats that people across the world are facing at home. No jobs for young people, no cures for cancer, no security for seniors, who have worked so hard for so long to make this world a good place to live. We do not have to choose between nuclear weapons or college grants. The real choice is between spending billions on new weapons we no longer need or supporting programs that keep us safe and put our nation on the path to a more prosperous future. Already, 64 of my colleagues in the House of Representatives and nearly 50 organizations have joined me in this effort. The Cold War arms race is over, but the fight for our priorities has just begun. Now is the time to stop fighting last century's wars. Now is the time to reinvest in the people and the technologies and the industries of tomorrow. Again, I thank you for your thoughtful work, your passionate commitment. You are the key to the true solutions for global nuclear disarmament. You are our hope in building a more peaceful planet. You will help us get to zero. Thank you for everything that you have done and everything that you are going to do in order to accomplish that most important of all goals.